Planet of the Apes is an American movie series which goes back to the same named 1968 US science fiction classic based on Pierre Boulle's brilliant French novel from 1963. For the original and the adaptations till 2001, see the same named Rare View. In 2011, Rupert White's Planet of the Apes appears in my country with a nonsensical title word creation, Prevolution, instead of directly using the original title Rise from the Planet of the Apes, or something else that makes at least sense. A scientist develops a cure for Alzheimer's and uses chimpanzees as test objects, but has to give up his research after a failed demonstration. One of the apes, born with a genetic modification, is secretly raised by him. Starts to rebel against animal cruelty and leads other primates into the revolution. Unnoticed from the scientists, the new cure has deadly side effects for humans. In the final scenes it spreads and the number of simian flu infected people is increasing rapidly. So, a gene-altering alleged medication with side effect monkey flu virus which reduces humanity? No kidding, it's really called that. Simian is another word for ape. Why do I get déjà vus here? The $93 million movie made worldwide 5 times its budget back and was a success with audiences and critics. The interesting story has little to do with the novel and pursues a surprisingly creative new approach. It is excitingly staged and, with the exception of James Franco, very well cast. Which is overshadowed here by every supporting character, including the CGI ones, and even by some props, since they do not always make the impression that they don't belong there. The CGI monkeys are well done, and Circus' excellent performance as Caesar, the good female cast, and the dynamic cut overlap some screenplay weaknesses like irrationally acting characters, comfortable coincidences, and of course the handy magical cure, which can be used for and against everything, as script says. In 2014, Matt Reeves' Dawn of the Planet of the Apes rises. 10 years have passed since the virus has eradicated the majority of men. I guess they just didn't have enough face diapers, were constantly meeting with more than 10 people and didn't keep the for the survival necessary distance of 6 feet. Viruses can only jump 5.9 feet, as everybody knows. The survivors remain in the ruins of the former civilization.
I've been to all the familiar places. I've been running like a sentence, never begun. I've been looking for a way to let you know.
An expedition into the woods wants to establish to use a dam as a current power source and comes across Caesar and his monkey pals. Both leaders make a peace agreement, which is soon broken, as there are on both sides hardliners who rather would like to fight. The $170 million movie made $700 million worldwide back and was a huge success with audiences and most of the critics. For me it was boring and dull like hell, and I was glad when he was over. The passable cast inherits here the nonsensical premise from the preceding part.
I got nothing left to fill the spaces. I got nothing but a center.
Namely the magic cure, which makes monkeys just as smart as needed and at the same time decimates humans as the script says.
I've been to all the familiar places. I've been running like a sentence, never begun. I've been looking for.
The completely predictable story has a desolate, uninspired plot with many stereotypes on both sides and serves only as an excuse for street fight scenes, on-the-head criticism or action whatsoever. Besides Caesar, there is no one to root for, because they are all underdeveloped strangers. But why the hell should I take the ape side as a human being? It is clear that both sides are fighting for survival, but humans have not caused their misery through negative, ignorant or immoral behavior. It was more of a crazy coincidence, also known as lazy writing. This variation simply lacks for me any reason to get invested. And also I'm missing the critical social tone and the subtlety of the original, in which struggles primarily took place philosophical and less physical. What remains is a by-the-numbers action movie with monotone people and even more monotone CGI apes. Of neither I give a fuck. 2017 Matt Reeves' War for the Planet of the Apes was fought out in theaters. The ape leader Caesar is torn between human and apes. Both sides didn't seem to be interested in a peaceful coexistence. Caesar sends his apes into a fight against a human army led by a reckless colonel blinded by his hate, which has just his victory in mind on every cost. The more than $150 million sequel, almost as expensive as Part 2, did not even make $500 million worldwide back, only as much as Part 1. But is called a success by bored fake experts and got back then mostly for me incomprehensible good reviews. Although even the original title, War My Ass, is a bare lie, since the biggest part is a god-awful boring prison scenario. And the fight scenes are only in the first and last minutes, both put in the trailer, just to fool audiences there might be action. And to make matters worse, the magic medication is back, has mutated. And now humans develop back to a primitive state, only to make some bogus connections from this borefest to the old classics.
All of human history has led to this moment.
Every cloud in the sky, every place that I tell me that I was wrong to let you go.
This is our last stand.
Every sound that I hear, every thought that I feel,
And if we lose,
I was wrong
it will be a planet of apes.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes from 2024, here in Germany once again with a half German, half English language mishmash title is set several generations after the last one. In the meantime, different ape societies have developed and humans have been reduced to a wildlife. While some ape leader abusively enslaves other groups in Caesar's name in search of human technologies, Ape Noah, who I also couldn't care less about, sets out to find his clan after it gets kidnapped. The human woman May, here called by the apes Nova for no reason, in order to once again make a reference/bogus connection to the old films, belongs, thanks to the script, as it turns out in the course of the story, to an intelligent group of humans who can also talk. May and Noah are captured and find the missing ape tribe, which, as luck would have it, is in the same place as the locked vault full of weapons that the rogue ape would like to have. May is, since very special, practically the only one immune to the magic virus. Except for an old white traitor man, what a shock, who is of course working with the bad ape. Super May takes out the traitor and uses Noah and his monkey gang to get into the vault via a secret rock entrance, which he of course knows, to get a decryption board for a satellite communication system, blow up/floods the place, and later hands over the decryption key to the other intelligent humans, who, thanks to the magic virus and presumably not having a gay slave mask at hand, probably need protective suits at all times when out in the open, and now successfully radio other survivors.
every cloud in the sky, every place that I tell me that I was wrong to let you go.
Planet of the CGI Apes 4 Kingdom of the Simpletons by Wes Ball, also responsible for the equally dull Maze Runner series, is supposed to be the start of a new trilogy, but has neither any interesting characters, not one of the apes, and for sure not the all-knowing super duper chick, nor an original or, God forbid, exciting story. At 2.5 hours, which felt like 3, it drags on endlessly, is by far the most boring of the entire series, and at costs of $160 million, slightly less than its predecessor 3 weeks after its release, has grossed around $250 million worldwide. So it looks like it can be lucky if it breaks even.
Let's go.